Robertson Ryan is the only veteran broker-dealer on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. And today the company was invited to ring the opening bell. This is Friday, November 8th for Veterans Day. So with me is Ed D'Alessandro, the CEO, and also Brian Rathjen, the non-executive chairman. So first of all, congratulations. That must have been really exciting to ring the opening bell.
Thank you. Yeah, it really was. It was an experience.
Now, so tell me about that, because you also had some special, there was like a wheelchair and some things. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the Robert Irvine Foundation is one of the organizations that we support. I don't know if you're familiar with Robertson Ryan, but one of the things we do is we take a percentage of every dollar we make at the firm and we donate it to organizations that are working with veterans every single day. That was Brian's original vision when we started the firm. And the Robert Irvine Foundation, these iBot wheelchairs, they're designed, they go up on two wheels, they go over rocks and sand and gravel. It was actually invented by the gentleman who invented the Segway. So it's a $40,000 high-tech wheelchair, and it's life-changing for some of these veterans who've lost limbs and are paralyzed and got them. And so when we work with our corporate partners and they put us in transactions or they trade with us, we work with them and try and find an organization, a cause that they care about. And this was one that some of the people that we've worked with in the past were really passionate about. So we donated a wheelchair with the dollars that they had paid us.
And Brian, I remember I interviewed you a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I think when you first came to the trading floor, and you've really grown since then, have a lot of really interesting collaborations. Do you want to talk about what Robertson Ryan is doing?
Sure. I mean, Robertson Ryan, at this point, we started a little over 6 years ago. And as Ed said, we're created to be a financial engine to give back to the veteran causes. You know, as we all know, we've been at war, or we're at war for 20 years post 9/11. We had over 3 million combat veterans served overseas. And quite frankly, these people need our support. So we are a broker-dealer that does financial transactions for corporations and money managers. We do debt capital market transactions, equity capital market transactions, fixed and equity trading. And the idea is to put together a group of like-minded folks who want to continue to serve our country. Many of our 42 employees have served our country in uniform, and the rest are what we call citizen patriots. They believe in supporting the men and women who allow us to do what we do. So we've got we've donated almost $2.3 million over the last 6 years. We're trying to grow that number, and as our revenue grows, we'll continue to make donations back to help folks with health, wellness, and career transition.
So talk a little bit about, you mentioned growth. What do you look forward to in terms of growth for both the company as well as your mission of helping veterans?
Absolutely. Well, that's part of the reason why we're down here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We just saw it as a great opportunity for us. I think we have one of the strongest equity trading businesses already. And then forming the partnership with the folks down here, we basically tripled our capacity in equities. And as you mentioned, we're the only veteran-owned firm down here. So that was one area for growth for us. We're looking also to expand our secondary trading in fixed income. We've hired a few folks there. We're just looking for other sources of revenue than the kind of original traditional things that we've done. And then, the idea is if we continue to grow, then it'll not be 2.3 million over 6 years. It'll be 2 million a year, 3 million a year, 4 million a year. And that's really what the goal is, because as Brian said, there's a lot of veterans out there that need our support, and we want to make sure we get it to them.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the market or how we see things for 2025?
I'm very bullish.
We're going to have a new administration.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of markets that have moved based on the election. I mean, how do you see things next year?
Well, I think if Wednesday's stock market reaction is any indication, I think we're looking at a pretty good year. I think, on the fixed income side, we had this was the second strongest year for issuance in fixed income. I think we're going to end the year at about 1.4 trillion. And the indications are that 2025 is going to be very similar. I think the estimates are for about 1.5 trillion. So that's really good for us. And because I think we're kind of in a balance in the market right now, even though rates have been low for so long. 4% on a corporate bond is still a pretty low rate when you're looking at the long term. So I think we're in a good position where issuers and investors are both finding a hospitable market. So I think it's going to be good on fixed income, and I think obviously equities are going to continue to.
Brian, any additional thoughts about that?
No, I'm very excited about the new administration. I think we've got the right people. The president-elect has surrounded himself with some very smart people. I'm excited to see what Elon Musk can do as far as containing government waste and making us more efficient. I think with all these new technologies and AI, I'm very bullish on America right now.
Yeah. No, it could be a really exciting time that we're entering into. So thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations on your success and the opening bell today.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Jane.
Really a pleasure to be with you.